Hello, my YouTube friends. My name is Shannon Ocker, and I have a goal to help people transform their lives and awaken their dreams. And so I started this YouTube channel to try to reach out to people to help people. So when I was originally sitting down to write out all of the content in the videos that I want to make, it became very, very obvious the first thing I need to focus on, and that is what this video is going to cover. And it's the one thing that we resist the most, right? Okay, and it's called, ready for it? Self-love. Oh, I just felt everybody go, oh, bum, bum, bum. So I just want you to relax and take this ride with me, okay? Because I've got a bunch of stuff to share. I'll try to keep it between 15 and 20 minutes, but I've got a lot of stuff written down. So I'm going to be referring to my notes here. So don't take it personally that I'm not looking right at you, okay? I'm talking to you. But I've got the notes because in that way I won't forget, all right? I know that probably makes it not as authentic, but I've done a lot of thinking about it, a lot of processing about it, and so I want to share that with you, okay? I want you to get the whole meal deal, so to speak. Okay, so loving ourselves. This is something that we fight tooth and nail about, okay? You hear people say, I just need to love myself more. And it is hard. I am with you guys on this one. And it's something that is ingrained, but I want to try to help you with a few pointers that might inspire you to think of yourself a little differently. Okay. All right. So here I am referring to my list. So we resist this so much. So I encourage you, let's just open ourselves up a little bit. We're using the mindfulness techniques already. We're already doing our meditations, right? And we'll do even more meditations when we love ourselves or care about who we are and care about ourselves a little bit more. Okay. So it's not about vanity or arrogance. Okay. Those feelings come from fear. They're not based in reality. Okay. We're talking about loving and caring for the individual, unique specialness and one-of-a-kind person that you are. Okay? You are that person. Okay? Let's not forget, we were created. Now, whether you believe in God, the universe, a higher power, Allah, whatever it is you believe in, that force created you and they couldn't have made a mistake. Am I right? So if you love the people in your life, then you also have to love yourself because they're created by the same force. So what makes them any different than you? All right. So that's my first little thought. All right. When we're babies, okay, so just go with me on this here. When we're babies, you never hear a baby, the first thing that happens is the dad comes in and the mom is there, obviously, and the doctor and the aunt and the uncle and the grandma and the grandpa, and everybody comes to see the new little baby. And, oh, coochie, coochie, coo, aren't you cute? Oh, look at those little cheeks. Oh, look at the little feet. And does that baby go, oh, don't look at me today because I have like thunder thighs? Or don't look at me today, my hair's a mess, or I'm bald, I don't have the girly hair that I should have. I mean, don't look at me, I've got spit up on my shirt, So we come out as babies loving the unique person we are. And we love everything about ourselves. You even see babies digging in their diaper. They even love their poop. Okay? So what I'm trying to say, I know it's funny, but what I'm trying to say is that we started out in this journey loving ourselves. And what changed? What happened to change that? Was it a magazine that you looked at or ads on the TV? What was it that changed that for you? A family member? Somebody you dated? I mean, somebody you married? What was it that changed that took that special uniqueness, beautiful, wonderful person that you are on the inside that you were when you were a baby? I mean, you don't ever hear a baby going, oh, well, you know, I know my parents are really hardworking and they're at work every single day. And so I probably shouldn't wake up in the middle of the night and cry. I probably shouldn't wake them up. No, the baby cries because it has needs and it loves itself and it just cries to get its needs met. Am I right? So do you get where I'm coming from with that? We are part of the divine. I mean, think about it. You breathe air, and the air was created by who? And what is the air? Your body is water, 66% water. Your blood is like, I think it's 90% water. So when you bleed blood, that's not really blood. That's water, okay? So it comes from the clouds. So you are those things. You are the grass. You are the air. You are the water. You are the mountains. You are... Start thinking of yourself as that. Do yourself a favor and start to care about you. Because you know what? You're not going to get any long-term changes. You're not going to transform your life or have any sort of long-term change if you don't focus and try to love yourself more. And work on this. Okay? Okay. Climbing down off of the soapbox. You guys are going to be tuning in to get your kick in the butt from Shannon. Okay? So, all right. Moving on. We have to work on our beliefs. Every one of us is valuable and wonderful. And think about your closest friend. Aren't they valuable and wonderful to you? Then why wouldn't you be anything different? Oh, because you have too much around the middle? Because your hair isn't the right style? I heard once because I don't love myself because I want thin thighs and thick hair, and I have the reverse. I have thick thighs and thin hair. Come on. Okay, that's so first level. We're beyond that now. Okay, we have to move beyond it. If you're not beyond it now, and you probably aren't if you're watching this and you're wanting to transform your life and you're wanting to make changes, it's because you've realized you need to make a change and because you don't like the way the things are right now. Okay, so let's move on. All right, if you're really going to change your life and ultimately be happy, and isn't that the point in all of this? Aren't we on this earth to try to be happy? Then you must learn the art of loving yourself. You can learn it. It can be learned. You started out that way, but you unlearned it. And now you don't love yourself and you can learn how to love yourself. Okay, rediscover that your body is a wonder. This is one way to start, okay? The body is such an amazing thing. It is such an amazing, amazing thing, okay? I mean, just take, for instance, when you cut yourself, even just like a little bit. And what happens? Well, you bleed for one thing, right? You bleed. But your body rushes to the aid of that little cut. And it sends cells and it thickens the blood automatically. And this all happens and you don't have to tell it to. You don't have to control it. You don't have to do it. That is a wonder. That is a wonder, you guys. You don't bleed to death. You don't bleed to death. Well, unless you're on blood thinners and then, be careful if you cut yourself. But that's why, because that medication is then stopping what is natural about your body. And a natural thing about your body is that your body runs to its aid. Think about when you catch, the coronavirus, your body comes in and your immune system kicks into gear and you get a fever and you start to fight it, right? Your body is so amazing. Things are happening in your body every single day and you're not even aware of it. And you take it for granted. Like you walk around thinking, oh, God, I hate my disgusting self. I hate how gross I look in these pants. Or I hate blah, blah. Come on. You're walking around, your feet carry you around. And, even if you are overweight, your body has figured it out. It's kept you alive all this time. Okay? So, all right. Sorry, I'm getting really passionate about this because I feel like I have been duped all my life to not love myself. And why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you love yourself first? Let's stop that behavior, okay? Let's start today learning a little bit more about loving ourselves. There's tons of information on the internet about it. You don't have to go by what I say. Okay? I'm not a special person. Okay? I'm not special. Anybody can do this. Anybody can do these practices and make a change and transform their lives. Anybody can. Okay? I'm just trying to encourage you to look at things differently. Maybe keep an open mind a little bit. Okay. Next thing. Every cell of your body contains DNA from your ancestors. Now, isn't that a cool thing to think about? So your ancestors and all of the suffering they went through. So every single cell in your body, it just amazes me. That amazes me. So let's become aware of our bodies. All right. That's part of what meditation is all about. It's becoming aware of you, of the essence that is you. So you breathe in, you breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. It's a function that we do all of the time, but if you're not really focused on it, you can really breathe some deep air and get rid of the old stagnant air that's in your lungs already, if you're really focused on it. So breathe in, breathe out, okay? Most people, and this is healthy people, unhealthy people, don't become aware of their body until it starts to fail them, i.e. arthritis, cancer, high blood pressure, aches and pains, your back hurts, your feet hurt, your legs hurt, your whatever. That's when you become aware of your body. Now let's reverse that a little bit. Let's go backwards just a touch and think of our bodies now. Because we don't want to wait until there's pain there and then think about our bodies. Okay? So wherever you are at with your body and how you feel your body image, where you're at with it, it doesn't matter. The thing I want you guys to get the most out of this is that you are more than your body. I know. Just blew your brain, didn't I? You are more than your body. Listen to me now, believe me later. You are more than your weight. The essence that is you is your thoughts and your feelings and your actions and the love connections that you carry in this life. It's more than the outside shell. Otherwise, why would we have a soul? Okay. All right, so meditation is really important. You already got that from my first practice video, okay? So this is my second practice video, loving yourself. Why don't you take that journal that you've started? I hope you've started one, because I told you, let's go out and get a $1 journal and we're going to start filling the pages. Now, on each of those pages, all you have to do, I don't want to digress too much, but all you have to do is just for 3 minutes, write down what you're grateful for. I am grateful and thankful for ... Okay? You can do it. Do it for 3 minutes. Set yourself a timer, whatever you need to do, or do it until you have nothing else that you can really think of off the top of your head. And if you can't think of anything, say, I am so grateful and thankful for this day, and keep writing it until your 3 minutes is up. I promise you it will change your life, okay? So in that journal, I want you to write down this. What would I do differently, or ponder it in your head? But I want you to write it down, because there's something that happens between the connection in your mind going through your arm to the paper. I want you to write this down. What would you do differently if you loved yourself? What would you do differently if you loved you? I mean, I asked it first the best way. Okay. What would you do differently if you loved yourself? Okay. The longest relationship that you will ever have is with you. You're in this body. You're carrying it around. You will be for however long you are on this earth. Not your husband, not your wife, not your boyfriend or your girlfriend, not your kids, okay? Not your family members, you. You. It starts with you, okay? All right, I think I've covered all of that. We're moving on to the second page. So I'm almost done, you guys, because we're 16 minutes in now. So let's start taking care of our body. And that's what these practices are going to encompass. Taking care of our body. It's going to focus on that. This is where that starts. Because you know what? If you don't love yourself, or you don't care at all about yourself, all of the other videos that I do past this point are useless. Because if you don't love you, you're not going to do them. Am I right? Do you feel what I'm saying? You're not going to take the time to meditate if you don't care about you. You're not going to take the time to move your body every day. You're not going to take the time to drink the adequate water that you need. You're not going to take the time to eat the nutritional food that you need to eat in order to fuel your body properly. You're not going to do those things if you don't start with caring about you first. Okay? So, okay. Your body is the house you live in all of the time while you are on this earth. Be mindful of what we put in our bodies. And this includes drugs, food. Watch that stuff. Alcohol. It's mind altering, but it's bad for your body. Am I right? It's a poison. It's a poison. And I'm not saying don't have an occasional drink and enjoy with your friends and stuff, but think about the fact that you are putting poison in your body. Just think about it. And I'm not going to get on the subject of, medications and stuff. The doctors know I'm not a doctor. People are going to say, yeah, but I need my antidepressant. But I need my fill in the blank. I know you do. So, I don't know. It's a really hard thing. Because there's a lot of natural things you can get for your body that you're taking these medications for. You can get naturally. Through nutrition, and go outside and get some damn vitamin D. Go on a hike. Go on a boat ride. Enjoy the outdoors. Go on a roller coaster. Get your, feel-good chemicals up there. I can't think off the top of my head what. Serotonin and melatonin helps you sleep. Serotonin helps you with your mood. But, there are things you can do naturally to help yourself even more. And I'm thinking about doing a whole video on that kind of stuff, because I had that. I went through that. So my body went through a horrible transition a few years back, and I had to find natural ways to do it. And I decided to go off my antidepressants. They put me on antidepressants because I was going through a really toxic, terrible divorce. I mean, what divorce is great, but I'm just saying. And I went off of my meds. So, I mean, and I'm happy I did that. I'm really happy I did that. I feel so much better, and I'm not gaining a ton of weight anymore from it. So anyway, I digress. Sorry. Okay. You're not going to fix these things. So you're not going to, the reason why we run to drugs and alcohol and food is to numb those feelings, whatever feelings it is, whether it be from your childhood or, even from, just a past relationship, your family, anything, you name it. But it's not going to fix that. You know that, right? I mean, you know that. We talk about it all the time. Yeah, I know my problems were just waiting for me when I sobered up. Or my problems were waiting for me as soon as, my antidepressant wore off when I didn't take it. And then I had to remember to take it again. Okay? So remember, you're not going to fix it. I mean, has it worked so far? No, it hasn't worked so far. So taking drugs or overeating, it hasn't worked this far, yes? So let's try to be careful about what things go into our body, because we're going to start to take care of it. We're going to start to love this house that we live in, that we have to live in. We're going to start that. So one of those things, and this is really, this one is really hard for me to do too, you guys. Okay. But remember what we say about being hard doesn't mean you can't do it. Right? You can do it still. It just isn't as fun sometimes, or it takes a lot more work. It can push you out of your comfort zone. It can make you uncomfortable. And that's what I'm going to talk about right now. It's called mirror work. So you can imagine what I'm going to say, right? That I want for you to go up to your mirror or stand in front of it every day and say, I love you. I love you, and I accept you just like you are. And whatever happens today is okay. Or maybe you could try out saying, I love you. What do you need from me today? What can I do to help you today feel better about you? And try to listen to what comes to your head, right? Try to say, I had something else written down and I don't know where I wrote it. Oh, phooey. Oh, fiddle. Oh, it's back here somewhere. Can you hold on just a second? This one's a good one, okay? So if you're feeling really uncomfortable about doing this technique, this practice, try this one. I love you. All is well. I love you and all is well. For some of us, we didn't get that growing up. We, remember, all of us really want to be loved and accepted. Am I right? I mean, if you really think about it, what is it that makes you want to do things for people or anything? It's because we want to be loved and liked. We want to be accepted. Okay? So if you start with you first, that's out of the way. Now it's not on anybody else's shoulders, because that's a heavy load to bear for somebody else that's close to you. They now have to bear the responsibility of making you happy. They now have to bear the responsibility of loving you when you aren't loving to yourself. Do you get does what I'm saying make sense? I hope it does. I really, really hope it does. And I hope that you find, through just doing a little bit of digging, I'm at like 24 minutes now, so I gotta go. But I hope that you find, through doing a little bit of digging, that you do care about you. you do love yourself, and you are going to start caring about yourself more. Do a little digging, maybe listen to some Sadhguru on YouTube, or Louise Hay, or Marissa Peer. These are 3 people that I've listened to that I really admire and feel like I can get little, what I call nuggets. So we'll talk more about nuggets later. And I hope you're having a good day and just start to care about yourself some more, like I already care about you. Okay? All right. Thank you for listening. It's a long video this time. Thank you for listening. Let's try to put this into practice. Okay? Practice number 2, loving yourself. What do you think? All right. Like it if you did. Hit the unlike or hit the down button if you don't like it. It's okay either way. And subscribe if you haven't, if you'd like to follow me. I would really appreciate you following me or sharing my video to help others. That'd be great too. All right. Love yourself. Bye-bye. Be well.